Here we have our coffee and ancho chili rub ribeye, which we're serving with our pan-seared scallops. We have our pea potatoes, our brunoise shallots, our minced chopped garlic, our chimichurri, our olive oil, our haricot verts. Now we'll get started making our marinade. We're taking our fresh thyme and picking it from the stems. And we're going to make a quick shallot and herb marinade. We have our brunoise shallots and our fresh chopped thyme, which will fold into our olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and we'll marinate our steaks. When making a marinade, you at least want to try to marinate for at least 24 hours if possible. But when in doubt, if you're in a hurry, a half an hour to 1 hour will suffice. As you see, we're chopping our fresh thyme very finely to make sure as you bite into it and you bite into your steak that it's not too coarsely on your tongue. So we're adding our fresh chopped thyme to our bowl. Now we're going to take our shallots and our garlic. We're going to add our extra virgin olive oil, about 2 to 3 tablespoons. You don't want it to be too thick, you don't want it to be too loose either, but just enough to coat the steak to give a nice bold flavor. When you think about flavor and you think about food, you want to think about the depths of flavor and how you can add throughout each cooking process another layer of flavor into the dish that you're preparing. So as you see here today, we're taking our ribeye steaks, making a quick herb shallot marinade, which we're spreading across the top, seasoning heavily with salt and pepper, making sure that the salt complements the fat and the rich flavor of the ribeye. Now that we have the one side seasoned very well, we're going to flip them over. Now that we have them flipped over, we'll add the rest of our marinade to the side of the steaks. Again, making sure to spread evenly across each of the steaks. Now that we have it evenly spread across the steaks, we're going to season with our salt and pepper. Now over at the stove, we're going to take in our medium to high heat pan. We're going to add our olive oil, and we're going to saute our pea potatoes. The pea potatoes we blanch in salted water, and we toss in olive oil, salt and pepper, and fresh thyme. Here you see us with our ancho chili rub that we made in one of our earlier videos that we're applying to the steaks very generously on both sides. So we're making sure that we give that nice, bold, and rich flavor profiles from the ancho chilies and the flavor profile from the coffee, nice robust flavors, nice heavy coating on our steaks. As you see, we have our pea potatoes just about done. Now we're getting ready to saute our haricot verts, or our French beans. We're starting with our sauteed shallots, which in one of our earlier videos, you'll see how to julienne. Here we're adding our sauteed shallots with our fresh garlic, and we're sauteing in minimum oil on high heat. After about 1 to 2 minutes of sauteing the julienne shallots, we're adding our French beans that we blanched in one of our earlier videos on how to blanch and blanching techniques. We're adding our salt and pepper. Bring out the nice, wonderful flavor of the green beans, along with the depths of flavor from the shallots and the garlic. And again, it could have been just some regular green beans, or very simple green beans for that matter, but we kicked it up a notch by adding the sauteed shallots and the garlic. Now in our hot pan, we're adding our ancho coffee rub ribeyes. The ribeye, unlike a fillet, is a fatty, nice char on both sides, and fat is flavor. It's okay if you're gonna get some smoke. That's what you want. You want a nice hot pan. Making sure for any of the rub or dry mixture that came off the steaks, We're adding some more rub generously onto our ribeyes while we give them a nice hard sear. Now we're going to turn the pan off. We have our oven on 350 degrees. And here you have the steaks are nice and rare, muscle of the scallops, nice char. We'll throw them into the oven. And you can cook them. When you have these scallops, they vary by size, so depending on your preference, there's different types of sizes of scallops you can get. Next, on our sauteed pan, base scallop on medium-high heat, we're going to add our olive oil. Here we have our hot saute pan, which we place our olive oil. On our high heat, we're placing our sea scallops. We season our scallops with salt and pepper, and we want to let them sear on the presentation side for about 1 to 2 minutes to a nice golden brown color. So you see we have our hot pan with our olive oil. We have our scallops that we're going to place into the pan, and we're going to season with salt and pepper. Once you get the golden brown colors achieved, then you can flip it over for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on the size of the scallop. You're going for a medium rare to medium doneness. You don't want your scallops to be rubbery, so I will refrain from placing them into the oven. So just sear them on top of the stove. And when you feel them with the touch, you're looking for almost a pillow consistency. It should be nice and fluffy and not firm. As you remove them from the pan, we place them onto a napkin or paper towel until we get ready to plate. Now that we're getting ready to plate, we're carving our ribeye, we're placing our haricot verts, then we have our julienne shallots and sauteed garlic in. Now we're placing our sea scallops and our pea potatoes, which we roasted and sauteed, and we're finishing off our ancho chili rub 16-ounce ribeye with our roasted red pepper chimichurri sauce. Enjoy.